YouTube Nation, Manvet TV, aka Me TV, aka I'm going to some of the Rochi blood today, man. I'm telling you, because these developers, you fucking with the rhythm life, you fucking with a lot of people's rhythms right now. You have to understand the tactics you're making, the moves that you're making, the arrogance you're using. It's all bullshit. All of it is bullshit. No one's fooled, alright? You're only thinking yourselves. You're not thinking of the gamers or the community in general or pushing games to the next level. You're just not. You're just thinking, oh, sales figures, and we just copy this guy. You have to understand it, alright? When I'm done with today's show, anybody, I mean anybody, who still backs a certain company, alright, you're not a gamer. You're not a gamer at this point. You're just not. And I'm not trying to hear that, oh, well, you like this certain game, so it makes it justifiable. It's bullshit. Alright? What they're doing is fucking with you. I don't want to tell you I told you so, because I predicted this, but it's getting worse. And we will get into this today, alright? I want to thank you guys for watching the show. I want to thank you guys for sending me the news and sending me your complaints. That's right, your complaints, because for the previous 3 weeks now, you guys have sent me a lot of complaints about the gaming industry, and it shows that you care. That's what it shows. I understand I can't get back to all you guys. I can't. It's impossible, all right? This is no way. But also understand that I will talk about some of these issues today, and if not, I'll get to it next week. And if not, I'll get to it the week after that. And if not, the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that. You have to understand that this is about a community. So if any of you guys don't want to be part of that community, get the fuck out. Seriously, get the fuck out. We have to understand that it's us versus them at this point. And you notice the companies, they're backing each other, they're following each other, but the gamers, they never follow each other or back each other. They always divide. Alright, because don't talk about my Pokemons. And you gotta be kidding me, man. Did y'all see that last week? Don't talk about my Pokemon. Look, let me tell you something, dude. You see that? I played Blue for a long time. Early, was it back in the day, alright? Until I realized that, you know, they were milking shit. Yes, alright, they were milking shit. So I stopped playing, stopped supporting them. That's what I do. Alright? If they're going to keep milking shit, I'm not going to support it, because they're not giving you anything new. And that's what it comes down to. And people going to try to question my gamer cred, but you got to be kidding me, man. It's games. There's no such thing as gamer cred. Does that work? Does that even help you in the real life? Seriously, does it help you in the real world? What the fuck? Stop. Stop this bullshit, man. Anyways, let's get on today's show. Today's show is brought to you by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighter. That's right, because no matter how old school this game is, it's still better than Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Yeah, I said it. Now, let's move on to today's show. Alright, guys, a paper, alright, you know how the media is blaming Grand Theft Auto, what a shock, alright, for the London Riots. Yes, the London Riots. Apparently, you know, it's not about the cops covering up shit, but, you know, apparently it's a video game. It says in the article, Lawless London, the paper says that children as young as 10 were inspired by video games to join the looters and burners in their violence. Alright? It says children aged between 10 and 14 said to have been inspired by the video game Grand Theft Auto, claims the paper. Alright? So they're claiming it, but there's really no sources of the paper. But you know how media is. They don't give out sources anyway. Now it says, we're seeing rampaging through Enfield and Brixton as riots and looting also spread to Dalston and Fulham. Now look, whoever wrote this article, alright, amongst all the rioting, alright, understand that person needs to be fired. Because if they're not looking at the real issues at hand, it's what's going on over there, then this is propaganda as far as I'm concerned. This is a joke, alright? This is not journalism, alright? But also, the riots also destroyed Sony's DADC facility, which is kind of funny because, I mean, I don't know, there's a lot of people who want to say, well, hey, after the moves they've been pulling as of late, they deserve it. And some will say, no, don't do that, it's wrong. You know, understand, people in London, I want to say, please be careful out there. I mean, I won't say I'm disappointed because I understand what's going on out there. Like I said, you guys have been keeping me updated on it. As far as I'm concerned, your attacks should be a little bit more focused. Your writing should be a little bit more focused. But I understand when you try to step up and speak out and nobody listens, you have to go to the next level so that you get people's attention. I understand that completely. All right? I do understand it. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying that I understand your motives. I understand why. Now, let's move on. All you Aussies out there, alright, you guys been getting hit with some serious bans as of late when it comes to games and gore and this thing. You guys say, hey, you know, it's not cool. Well, it seems like the government has passed a R18 plus rating for mature games. Alright? You got what you wanted, you beat the system. So now you're getting your games. I'm just saying congratulations. Also, pre-order bonuses are starting to hook gamers. That's right, they're starting to hook gamers. Now, let me get into this, alright? Because Amazon predicts a massive end for the year in games. Alright, now it says here that pre-order uplift versus previous titles with same amount of time remaining until release. FIFA 12, alright, has seen a 325% more pre-order than FIFA 11. This is Batman Arkham City has seen 349% more pre-orders than Batman Arkham Asylum. It says Battlefield 3 has seen 2,302% more pre-orders than Battlefield 2. It says Uncharted 3 has seen 488% more pre-orders than Uncharted 2. All right. It says Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 has seen 321 more pre-orders than Call of Duty Black Ops. Now, guys, understand I am against this due to the fact that you should know by now how this goes. When they pre-order something, you know every place, Amazon, Best Buy, GameStop, all these other places, they have separate pre-orders, so you don't get everything that you want. We've already talked about the notion of pre-orders in general, all right? Understand that this is hooking gamers and it's making them rich, all right? Because you should know that pre-orders, pre-orders equal number of units shipped, all right? And that's what companies love to brag about, all right? Regardless if the game's good or bad, look how many we shipped. That's how they get you. All right, so understand, guys, that this pre-order stuff, it has to stop. You have to take it. You have to take a stand. And understand, if you want to pre-order a game because you love it, fine. But they're saying here, pre-order perks are the reason why you're pre-ordering, which is bullshit. All right, if you want to pre-order a game because you like it, fine. All right, but this is what they're trying to say, which is a joke. All right, so there's quite a miscommunication here. All right, now I told you guys I would get to this. id Software, all right, likes that Diablo 3 makes gamers stay online. That's right, even during single player. What did I tell you guys before? That companies will follow each other. I said that before. Also, id Software is saying that they're not going to say anything to anybody about Doom 4 until Rage ships. All right, now, we're going to talk about Rage for a minute because a lot of you guys sent this complaint, all right? Rage has an online pass, and this is the part I was telling you about. It locks out single player content. Now, mind you, online pass was only supposed to be about what? Stopping multiplayer, to stop use games and for multiplayer for their online connection. Now it's starting to spread to single player. You understand what's going on here? Single player. It's also rumored that Batman will also have this as well. All right, I want to look up more on that because you guys were sending me stuff about how WB will do this with all their games. I'll have to look into more of that. All right, but understand, guys, that Rage will stop your content single player if you don't buy it new. This is no longer about online passes and companies being poor. No. All right? Now they're hurting your single player experience. So anybody who backed these online passes, I want to know now. I want to know what you have to think now. And like I said before, even though I buy new, it's the principle of things. This is about control. This is not about money at this point. Or should I say it's about more money at this point. But come on, guys. This is getting out of hand. Like I said, you give them an inch and they'll take a mile. That's what it is. Now, let's move on. Because Capcom, oh my God. Capcom, all right, is thinking about making a DC versus Marvel game. Yes, so here we go with the fighters again. Ono comes out and says, I've had a couple of dream projects in my head for a while. One being Street Fighter vs. Tekken, which is actually coming true. Another one would be Marvel vs. DC game, which would be pretty damn cool if we ever pull it off. I'm a big comic book fan. It says, now, if I can only get the presidents of those two companies in the same room shaking hands, then we could get something started. I love to see this just as a fan. Now, look, I don't have a problem with Marvel vs. DC, but as you know, as Capcom, the way they're doing things, they will milk the shit out of this game. And I mean, there's so many Marvel characters and DC characters that you can use. You can expect 5 different fucking versions of this game. Seriously, this is a joke. This is a joke. And you know what? I'm going to keep going, all right? Because Capcom says, Megaman, all you Megaman fans, they're still very important to them, which is a bunch of bullshit as far as I'm concerned, alright? It's still very important, and they don't want to feel that, the fans are being left out. If Megaman was so fucking important to you, you would at least release that prototype so people can see what happened with their hard work, alright? But Capcom is reading all your Megaman mail. Now, it's good to see that they are reading mail, but look where the picture's taken. Look closely again. It's around a bunch of dirty fucking ovens. It goes to show you, this is what they care about their office and their hygiene and everything. What makes you think they're going to care about you? Seriously, they don't care. Look, anyways, let's move on because I have some more news. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was supposed to initially have 58 characters. That's right, let's get into this, alright? It says, first of all, Nitsuma revealed that his initial plan to top the roster of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 by having 58 fighters in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It says, however, due to the game's release in 3 months, yes, 3 months time, it says Nitsuma and his team had to sell with only 50 characters. It says Nitsuma didn't identify the 8 other characters he wanted in the game, nor did he mention the possibility of those that didn't make the cut being included later as DLC. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to this part because we just talked about pre-orders and how each place has an exclusive pre-order, right? So let's get into this. It says, more retailer pre-order bonuses were also revealed at the event. It says, along with GameStop's pre-order incentives, Best Buy and Amazon will also be offering exclusive downloadable content when ordering the game from them. It says, although the pre-order details were shown at the event in Japan, right now the offerings are only for North America. Now, guys, let me say this right now, all right? I showed you guys about 2 months ago how, you know, the sales numbers for Marvel vs. Capcom 3 were stronger in North America than they were Japan. So this is the reason why it's only offered right now in North America. Also, this link is in the info bar. There's pictures in the article that show you the characters you'll actually be getting if you pre-order from certain places. Yes. All right, guys, this is getting out of hand. Now, look, I need to move on. Oh, guys, Devil May Cry. That's right, Devil May Cry, guys. Look, for those who don't know, Devil May Cry, Capcom Community, man, I have to give you guys credit. You guys exposed Ninja Theory for what they were this week. Let me say this now. Gamers came out and compared Devil May Cry 2 to Ninja Theory's new Devil May Cry. There's 11 different comparisons, and it's like, wow, this is crazy. We all know how we feel about Devil May Cry 2, all right? But for all you Ninja Theory fans who say, hey, Ninja Theory's original, you know, they're the best, I want you to look at this link in the info bar. Read it, and then tell me why you still feel Ninja Theory can do this on their own, why they're so original. The evidence they have, it's pretty good. It's pretty damn demanding at this point. Also, I want to say this now. Devil May Cry, Ninja Theory, you're pathetic. You're fucking pathetic. Devil May Cry is far from being finished, they're saying, and it won't be playable at Gamescom. So what was the point of showing us the trailer at E3 to begin with, all right? You guys said that we would have something by now. Once again, it's not ready. You guys said, just was it last week that you were still tweaking the character design? Now, was it Capcom? Was it 2 weeks ago you were tweaking the character design? Last week, Capcom wanted to know all of a sudden gamers' opinions. You guys know that you're in trouble. That's what it comes down to. You know you're in trouble, and you can't do nothing about it. Now you're just trying to save your own ass. Now you're trying to make good with the fans. You've had your chance. It's over. The fans don't care anymore. It's that simple, all right? And then anyone who comes in and says, oh, well, then why don't gamers make their own game? Well, you know what? That's a good idea, because gamers have stepped up and made their own games. If not, they've went old school. We just talked about this not too long ago, about taking old school games, revamping them, putting online and everything onto it. Well, it seems like gamers have stepped up once again, and a gamer by the name of Metroid Quest has made one of my favorite games. He's revamped the game altogether, which is Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest Revamped. Let's check out the trailer real quick. information on that game. There's a link in the info bar to Metroid Quest Castlevania 2's revamp. All right, now we'll say this: Bethesda. We need to move on to some more news. Bethesda they're suing Minecraft Studios for using the word scrolls. Yes, for the word scrolls, and they're demanding money up front. This is a joke. You gotta be kidding me. Look, guys. Understand that this will not stick. All right, if that's the case, then because they don't own the word scrolls. All right, if this is the case, then companies can't use the word duty, final, fantasy, super, ultimate, tales. I mean, come on. It will never stop. This lawsuit has no legs. It has no legs. Just stop. All right, now, in Skyrim news, the collector's edition will cost $150. Yes, $150. Skyrim devs come out and say that games shouldn't cost $60. They should cost $20 at most, except theirs. Yeah, that's what they said. Now look, let me explain something to you guys. Before you guys come in and say, oh, but they give you so much content, understand. If you're going to make statements like that, you have to lead by example. I agree. They give you a lot of content for their game, all right? But if you're not going to lead by example, then shut up. It makes you look like a hypocrite. You can't tell other companies what to do. Could you imagine when Skyrim drops and it was $20 and you say, wow, you're getting a lot of content for $20. These other developers, they're not giving us the same. It would force developers to drop their prices. You have to lead by example. If you do not, shut up. Seriously, shut up. You look like a hypocrite. Now, I need to move on. All right, Star Wars: The Old Republic. Now, I know a lot of you guys have been still asking me questions about this. It says MMOs won't go multiplat due to tech issues. Now, that's bullshit. All right, we saw this last generation. All right, when we had to deal with, what was it, Final Fantasy 11? They made it multiplat, made it cross-platform and all that, and it was still fine. All right, I'm not trying to hear this. It's obviously developers or whoever just making fucking excuses. I want you PC guys to understand what they are doing. They're putting the bug in your ear again. Because, once again, Star Wars: The Old Republic will go pay to play. All right, it says that MMO players are happy to pay for subs as long as it's the best in quality. Now, how many times have we had to hear this? For every MMO that decides to throw a fee, we have to hear the first thing. What is it? Oh, well, it's pay to play. It must be quality. That's bullshit. I've been telling you this from the start. We saw reports last month where critics and everything were saying this game is not up to par yet. We know the game's going to sell well because it's Star Wars. It's going to sell regardless. It's going to sell. All right, so I'm not trying to hear this, and I put it like this, knowing that these guys are still, after all these years, are still trying to implement this in your heads, that when you pay to play, it's automatically quality, it's a joke. You know what, speaking of fucking jokes, let's talk about this, all right? DC Universe closes down 26 servers for 4 so-called mega servers. Now, you guys asked me about this. Oh, my God. You guys asked me about this while they're doing this. And I told you before, all right? Because the community isn't there. So they got to merge the servers to make it look like it's a bigger community. That's why they're doing it, all right? There's no other reason why they're doing this. Because they really don't have that many, people. Now, all you DCUO defenders, what did you say to me last year? Well, if it goes free to play, enjoy your merged servers. Well, you're still paying for the fucking game and they're still giving you merged servers. Seriously, shut up. Shut up. There's this, look, and on top of this, for you to say you're a hardcore gamer, because that's what DCUO is, DCUO's Jim Lee admits that the game is aimed towards casuals. That's right. It just keeps on rolling. Now, mind you, Jim Lee, SOE paraded out Jim Lee last year, that he was the mind behind this. None we had to hear all the advertising. Well, we find out Jim Lee was just a pawn in their game. I've been saying this for a while now, because it says here, in his interview, SOE has a very clear idea and vision for the game, and their job really is to make sure that the plans for the company has fit in the canon. All right, it says we are more support than hands-on. Now, I said this before in DCU. I told you guys before. I said they need to give more creativity to Jeff Johns, who was the writer. I said, and Jim Lee. But obviously, this is all SOE's doing. He also goes on to say, Jim Lee, it's very unique in a sense that it's a very fast pace and the game moves very quickly. So I think it definitely appeals to the casual side. Link is in the info bar. I love this. I love the fact that they're actually coming out and saying this, because there's no more excuses. There's no more excuses, DCUO people. So for you guys to think, oh, it's so very hardcore. And I kept trying to tell you what I say. I said the game is very simplistic. It's aimed towards casuals. And you said, no, it's not. It's hardcore. There's your proof right there. Guys who work on the project are saying it. All right, now let's move on, because all you guys who keep saying, quality and pay to play it's just there. It's just there. No. Understand this, because you keep saying free-to-play games aren't worth it. Age of Conan's new strategy pays off, right? It says Funcom is touting some big success for its newest business model. Age of Conan Unchained relaunched last month with a new free-to-play business model. It says, and it seems to have paid off. Listen, all right? Funcom claims that server activity on the game has quadrupled, all right? It says, and revenue has doubled. All right, it says including in that activity are 300,000 new players. Free to play still bad, huh? I told you before that when you open it up more, it's more opportunity for more people to come in. But you didn't want to listen, all right? And speaking of free to play, End of Nations goes free to play. There's talk right now of Warhammer 40K Dark Millennium going free to play. All the links are in the info bar. I want to get this off my chest real quick. Suikoden, all right? A new Suikoden is coming out, but the team has disbanded. Tri-Ace will carry on its legacy, all right? Nintendo admits they need better first-party games, all right? So we all know where this is going, all right? Nintendo is also watching Xenoblade and Last Story performance in EU. Pretty much, if this game does good overseas, all right, or say over in Europe, it will come to North America. So fans, you may get what you want, all right? Nintendo is also being pressured for shareholders. They want to put Nintendo games on smartphones. They need to make up. I said last week, they took a big loss, and now it's showing even more. All right, Mass Effect. Yeah, Mass Effect 3. You guys, your players will be rewarded for importing your files. All right, apparently you're getting more perks, and you will have a different, story, arc compared to new players. All right, so y'all get ready for that. Driver San Francisco, I told you guys about this last week, about the DRM, will suffer at launch because they're having issues with the PC version. Yes, all right. Besides, from what I've been hearing, the demo for it sucked horribly from gamers. This is what I'm hearing on forums. Also, all right, there's a new physics puzzler coming out called The Splatters. It comes out on Xbox Live in 2012 and PAX this month, so you'll be able to see what it looks like. Also, in movie news, I don't need this, all right? In movie news, Paul W.S. Anderson will be on board for Resident Evil. That's right, Retribution. There will be a new Resident Evil game. Guys, why support this? I mean, seriously, did you not get enough of the garbage that we had before? This is, guys, seriously. Anyways, that's it for today's show. I'm kind of tired. I got things to do today. I've been partying since yesterday, and for those who know, Thursday night, that starts the weekend for me. So I've been partying since then. Guys, I hope you have a good weekend. Y'all be safe. Also, people in London still, be careful. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe. I'm out.
Nomad 6-2, cover the flank. RPG!
Fire!
Good, keep hammering.
What's that?
6-2, give me a sit rep. I saw my death in my dreams.
Hey, Colonel. You look like you saw a ghost.
Just a dream. What's going on?
D-Ray's flight took a hit.
Fighter escort is standard procedure, General Technician. You know that. NATO policy. We are Russians, General Latour, not NATO.
Magic Task Force 108. Proceed to engage remaining targets.
Crew, attack as soon as you ID the target.
108, advancing.
Engage.
Magic to all aircraft. Continue to engage.
Jesus. Their weapon again.
D-Ray, what the hell happened?
Another of those explosions. And they had Russians with them. Advisors, maybe.
Russians?
That's right.
Mercenaries.
His name is Markov.
Markov. I'd recognize him anywhere.
You know him that well.
I know him, Colonel. I flew with him.
Enemy aircraft coming at you at a high rate of speed.
Hence the nickname Akula. For shock.
It's him.
I have him. Colonel Bishop, a pleasure to speak directly to you. What will protect you next?
We have additional information.
Cruise missile on radar.
Главное, отомстить.
They call it Trinity.
A nightmare that I'll never forget. That was my reality.